Hello students, I am Dr. Sahil Dhingra from Team Meriters. I was All India Rank 1 in INI CET 2021. Today I will be telling you how to revise the dental material subject in a smart and focused approach. Step 1 is to identify the most important high yield topics for dental materials. So the most important topics are your physical properties. This is the most important because it is the subject. This chapter is you cannot study in any other subject. This will form the basic part of your DM. This is the basic where they will ask you about the graphs, any charts, the curves. So this is the most important chapter for your DM. Then impression materials is again very important. Now the impression material chapter, you can club this with your prostho in your complete denture part in the prostho. If you see, the first chapter is your impression procedures. The difference is in prostho you will read about the impression techniques mainly, and in DM you will read more about the materials. So here again, specifically your elastomers are most commonly asked nowadays because they are the most frequently used. Then your alginate is being asked from many years now. Again, gypsum products, again you have to revise a lot of things here. You have to learn, you have to memorize, specifically the classification, then your water powder ratio. Then again, if you see any chapter here, you have to remember the ADA specification numbers. So you need to know these tables, these charts for the ADA numbers also. Then your restorative resin, again, this is from your cons. So you can do this in conservative also. This is basically your composites, the etching, bonding, the material aspect of composite. For example, your classifications like the macro field, mini field, midi field. So they will ask you the particle size for this. What are the composition of composites, the organosilane, etc. Then amalgam is not very important now. So you can leave out amalgam specifically for AIMS because AIMS mostly focuses on your recent technology, recent advances. Amalgam has become totally obsolete now from the market. Even from clinical practice, only those who have purchased it many years back, they are using it. But even the clinical practice is not using amalgam anymore. Then metallurgy. In metallurgy, here you have to memorize a lot of stuff. Again, this is not that important because AIMS focuses more on the technical aspect. The technical aspect as in your the physical property chapter. This is your most important for your AIMS because they are the main focus for the AIMS examiners is on your basics. So they will check your knowledge on physical properties, impression material, gypsum products, because these are basics, composite resins, the etching and bonding protocols. Then direct filling gold, again, it is less important. Dental cements is very important. The chapter on dental cements, again, very important. Also in your cons or operative dentistry, this you can find. So you have to club this restorative resin and dental cements with cons. Then dental ceramics. Dental ceramics, again, very important, specifically the classification. Most of the times in AIMS, they are asking you basic questions. They will ask you which is a castable ceramic like Dicor or which is a machinable ceramic. So Dicor MGC is machinable ceramic. Then they can ask you the IPS Empress and all. What are the lithia disilicate ceramics which are used nowadays in the anterior tooth? And then in the miscellaneous, you will see the repeats. So if you see, DM is a very vast subject. It has a lot of topics and it is very important for your NEET. So if you see your NEET exam, you will get around 12 to 13 questions from your DM. But if you see the INI CET, in INI CET, you will hardly get around 4 to 5 questions from DM. And among those 4 to 5, again, the main focus will be on your physical properties, your dental cements, the ceramics, which I told you that classification specifically. And there is another classification for the fusion temperature, low fusing, high fusing, medium fusing. So you have to learn that classification also, the temperature one. Again, then gypsum products, restorative resin. So most important topics here are your first 4 and the last 2. From these only mostly they will ask in INICET from your chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 8 and 9. Among this also, so you can expect around one question from each. So one question from physical properties, then one question from your impression material, specifically elastomers or alginate. Then one question you can expect from gypsum products. Now, most of the times what will happen is if a question from restorative resin is coming, so you have already covered that in your cons or operative industry. So you don't have to do that again from DM. So better advice here is that in DM, best way to study is club it with cons and with prostho. For example, impression materials and ceramics, you can club with prostho. The restorative resins and the dental cements, you can club with your conservative or operative dentistry. Then minimum last 5-year papers you must do before appearing for the exam for your dental material subject. And you will find that only 4 to 5 questions are routinely asked from this subject specifically. At least 2 to 3 revisions are needed. It is a very, very factual subject. You have to memorize about the materials. You need to know the water powder ratio, the composition of each, what is the percentage of which one, and what is the function of each component. Then again, it has a low weightage compared to your NEET. We have a lower weightage for your INICET for dental materials in the INICET. Again, you have to club with similar subjects such as cons and prostho. For DM, and when revising DM, do not spend more than 2 to 3 days because all the common topics will be covered in your cons also, prostho also. So when you are studying DM, you have to study it together with your conservative and your prosthodontics. So that's it. With this, we come to the end of this video. Hope you like the content. And if you want to watch more such videos, do follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I have created a separate playlist for INI CET revision strategy for every subject. So you can find this in our YouTube channel. There is a separate playlist for the INI CET November 2025 where I have discussed the revision strategy for each subject in these last 2 months. Thank you and all the best for your exams.